Well, hello there my dear friends, welcome back to the Scott Reed project and another sausage making masterclass, but with a difference. Now, when I make sausages and I make sausage videos, the most asked question is, where can I get hold of this stuff? This is sausage making rusk, basically a yeastless bread which has been ground. We use it as a filler and a binder. Now, unfortunately, this just seems a national thing to us in the UK. So a lot of the guys, especially in the US, say, you know, we cannot get hold of this stuff. What can we use? Well, today I'm going to answer that question for you. And the answer lies in rice. Now, for years, rice was the go-to binder filler for sausages. If you look at some of the old butchery books from the 30s, 40s, you will see that rice is the binder of choice. And it's all about how we prepare our rice for our sausages. But hopefully, this video at the end, you will be making sausages. And if you can get hold of the golden stuff, the rusk, this is the way forward. And also the beauty of rice is it's gluten free. So if you was to make a natural sausage seasoning yourself, which I will show you a recipe for, and you use rice in your sausage, you've got a gluten-free sausage. Right then, I'm quite excited about this video. I've been waiting to make this for a long time, so let's get on and prepare the rice, baby. Rice, baby. Okay then, to prepare our rice for filling the sausages, we need a long grain rice or a pattern of rice. I've just got a basic supermarket long grain rice. So a pound of dried rice. Now there is quite a lot of starch in this rice. So what I like to do is, in a decent sized saucepan, is give this a rinse through a couple of times just to wash the starch out. So it couldn't be easier then. Like I said, in a big saucepan, you'll see why in a minute. Just run some cold water through it and start giving it a rinse, and you'll see all the starch coming off this rice. And the beauty of having that deep pan is the rice will stay on the bottom and you can give it a good wash without any rice flipping out and down the sink. So it doesn't take very long. There's one rinse, you can see, and again, and the water will get clearer. I mean, bearing in mind, you won't get this all out unless you stand here all day, but doing this, we get the majority of that starch out of the rice. So there's twice, and as you can see, the water is getting clearer. I can see clearer now the starch is gone. Okay then, I'm happy with that. Right, now we need to cook this ready for our sausage. So the ratio for this rice then is 3 to 1. So we've got 1 pound of rice, 3 pound, which is 3 pints. A pint's a pound the world around. 3 pints of water, which we are just going to bring to the boil. Okay, so the trick to this then is to cook this rice, make sure it's all inflated and cooked out, but without it coagulating and turning into a mess where all the grains are burst and it just becomes a white mass. Straight into the water then, give it a stir. Now on the packet it says cook for 14 to 16 minutes, but remember, we're not preparing this as for a meal, we are preparing this for our sausage filler binder. So what we need to do is periodically give this a good vigorous stir, but I shall wait until that just comes back up to the boil then we will put a lid on it. As you can see then, that's jumping about nicely. I'm going to turn the heat down and put the lid on. Like I said, 14 to 16 minutes, but we'll give it a stir every 2 or 3 minutes. So as you can see in there, thickening nicely, all swelling up. Being careful not to take it too far. Try one. Still a little bit hard. We're 10 minutes into the cook, so about another 4 minutes. Making sure we stir it regularly. We'll check on that again. Okay then, to me that is done. It's taken up all the water. It's amazing how much liquid rice can take. All the grains are intact, so what I need to do then, because that is quite sticky, is I want to swill this under the tap. What I need to do then, I'm just going to fill that up with cold water, giving it a stir, and then just start to drain that water away. We should be left with our beautiful, clean grains. Then straight onto a tray or a bowl. I'm using this fantastic old school catering bowl. Absolutely perfect, that is. Just do the last one. Absolutely perfect, that is. Absolutely perfect. All whole grains. That is what we're looking for. Now we need to put this on to chill, so I'm just going to cover it with some grease proof and get it in the fridge. Now the beauty of this, once it's cooked, will last between 4 and 6 days, so you have got a bit of time to get your sausages made. Just going to make a quick cover then. Roughly measure a square of the container. Great little trick this. Fold it in 4, fold it again in a triangle shape, whatever it is. Measure to the half, to the end of the bowl, cut, then unfold, and there you have a cover to protect it while in the fridge. Right, let's get this on chill. Right then, on to making the sausage. Now what I have here is my basic sausage mix. Now I have already got a video on how to make sausages. I will put it in the comments down here in the description. Also at the end of the video, if you click on one of the tiles, it will come up the complete sausage making masterclass, and that will give you all the ins and outs of making sausage. But just quickly, I've got 2.5 pounds of either shoulder or belly pork. You know, you want quite a fatty content, and a pound of pork back fat, and 2.5 ounces of seasoning, and I've just put it through the mincer. Now what I would normally do here then is add some rusk. Now I would put about 1/2 pound of rusk, 8 ounces of rusk, and 1.5 pounds of water. Together is 2 pounds in weight. So what I'm going to do is add 2 pounds in weight of my beautiful cooked rice. So just to reiterate then, 2 pounds of cooked rice. Right, I'm going to give that a mix up, get it well incorporated, and I'm just going to put that through the mincer one more time. So like I said, 2.5 pounds of pork meat, pound of back fat, 2.5 ounces of seasoning, and 2 pounds of that cooked rice. So there is my mix after it's been through the mincer a second time. And who would know that there's rice in there? Absolutely brilliant. I've already fried a bit off. I've got another bit in the pan now. The beauty of using rice as a filler is your sausages will not shrink. Your sausages will not burst. They're absolutely fantastic. And of course, with it being rice, if you get the right seasoning, a gluten-free sausage. There ain't no gluten, no wheat in rice. Absolutely brilliant. So if you was to make a traditional sausage and use your own seasoning, I've got a great little seasoning recipe for you. You've got yourself a gluten-free sausage. Awesome, just look at that. So all I'm doing then is giving this a good mix, building up that primary bind as per usual so it can stick together, so we can pipe these. And like I said, I've already cooked a bit off. I've got one in the pan. I will show you the finished article. Let me just show you. Got one in the pan there. Just made a little patty just to check the seasoning. Absolutely perfect. Okay then, so if you wanted to make those sausages gluten-free, the seasoning you need, here is the recipe. It is 1 pound of fine salt, 3 ounces of white pepper, 1 ounce of ground nutmeg, 1 ounce of ground mace, and 3 ounces of ground coriander. You put them all in a bowl, you mix it really well, and then with your sausage meat, you use ½ an ounce of that mixed seasoning to every pound of sausage. Again, I will put this down in the description because it's quite a lot to take on board. That'll be under classic pork sausage seasoning, courtesy of the brilliant Maynard Davis. Right then, let's pipe them. Aren't they looking good? Right, I want to tie these off. Now I want to make a decent sized banger to go in a decent sized roll, so I'm going to do these quite long. All I'm doing then is making 3 sausages, as you can see, very quickly. I have got a video of linking sausage. I will put the link to that again into the description and also at the end on the end tiles, but just quickly nip through these. And you can do this, trust me. Like I said, want a decent sized banger, get to the end, I just pinch that out of there and I will tie off the end, just like that. And then the very first one, tie off that end, and with this vintage knife, hey? Making an old-fashioned recipe using an old-fashioned knife. There we have them. Our lovely sausages. Just have a look at those. A fantastic British banger made with rice. Fantastic. And I've got another one in the pan. I've made another patty because I'm not going to lie to you, I ate the others, so I can show you the texture and what they look like inside, but you could see holding together absolutely perfect. Don't they look good? And here is that patty I made. Just have a look at the texture in there. It's a bit hot, I'm going to hold it in tongs, but if you can see, absolutely perfect, isn't it? And the beauty of the rice stays nice and firm. Got a great texture. Just look at that. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely beautiful they are. You wouldn't even know. Well, there you go, my friends. How to make sausages if you haven't got rusk. You get a really good sausage. Just look at it, no shrinkage. Awesome. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the episode of the Scott Reed Project. I've really enjoyed making this video, and I hope it's answered a lot of questions for a lot of guys and girls out there who cannot get hold of rusk. I've tried making my own rusk. It's really difficult, but I think this is the way forward. So If you've enjoyed what you've seen here today on the SRP, please click subscribe on my ugly mug coming down here soon. Also, check in the descriptions, there will be that recipe for the sausage seasoning, also the links for the sausage tie-in and the sausage making masterclass videos, as well as up here in tiles. Also, before I go, check me on my social media, Facebook Scott Reed, the Scott Reed Project, and on my Twitter at the Scott Reed Project. Get on there, share it on your forums, spread the word. But until next time, a great British banger made with rice. Genius, you know, the boys years ago, they knew what they were on about. Absolutely brilliant. See you next time. Take care.